do you move on from cheating? First, you got to take a lesson from Martin Luther King. He said that we cannot act like we live in a colorblind world. We can't pretend the differences don't exist. We have to face them and address them. It's the same thing with cheating. You can't just sweep it under the rug and try to force the relationship, because when you force it every time your heart tries to open and you try to get back vulnerable with the person, those doors slam shut again. Why? Because you're not healed, because you haven't addressed the problem with whoever. The problem is still there, sitting there untouched. You cannot act like it's not there, but instead you need to address it. You can't move forward without asking the first real question of why did it happen? Most people don't cheat because they're evil. They're cheating because something is broken within inside of them. I know that because I cheated. When I cheated, it came from insecurity, right? My childhood with my dad. Go check out this video. I felt like I wasn't good enough as a man, so I looked for external validation. So when your partner cheats, you have to ask them why and ask yourself why. Where did this come from? What insecurity? What weakness? What need? But never downgrade yourself. Never downplay yourself. Never say I'm not good enough and that is why they cheated on me. Before you think about giving someone a second chance, ask yourself, where is my self-respect in all of this? Would my self-respect even allow that? Do I love this person for who they are or for the way that they make me feel? When a girl who I was talking to before did something unfaithful, she didn't even cheat, she just did something friendly but disrespectful. If I really stood on my values, I would have walked away, but I didn't. I didn't put my morals first. I didn't put my self-respect first. Instead, I asked her, should I give her a second chance, whenever I should have asked myself, do I respect myself enough to leave? And at that point in my life, I didn't. I didn't respect my morals and values enough for me to leave that relationship. But I stayed because I wasn't putting myself first, but I was putting my feelings first. And I guess my feelings is a part of myself, but it's not the part of myself that I want to feed into it. It's not a part of myself that I want to grow. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, I can't put the blame on you. Opening your heart is already a risk. It's already you being vulnerable. Opening it again after you lied to me, that's damn near retarded. After you've crossed those lines once, twice, maybe even 3 times, that's a different level of vulnerability, and in all honesty, it's a lacking of self-respect for you to constantly be opening yourself back up to somebody who's constantly slapping you in the face for doing so, right? And my heart is so vulnerable, and I'm such an emotional person that even after you doing something once, I can't open back up to you. And if I do, it'll be 6-7 months into the future. So if we don't sit down and address the problems honestly, openly, and completely, then I'll never truly be able to move on. I'll just keep pretending, keep trying to force something that has no foundation, which is eventually bound to crumble. And that's where the MOK lesson comes full circle. You can't heal what you refuse to face. You can't move on from what you won't acknowledge. To move on from cheating, you have to stop living in a colorblind relationship. Stop pretending nothing happened. Face the truth, face the pain, and face yourself. Only then you can move forward, together or alone. Anyways, like, subscribe. Peace, bastards.